All right, good evening. Forgive me, I threw down some Reese's Pieces before I hit go, but good evening, ladies and gentlemen. It is Saturday night. That means we're about to do a Rumble Premium exclusive for our Rumble Premium members. Uh, you've got about 10 to 15 minutes while Mario and I do a little housekeeping and introduction. I do have Mario with me this evening.
Good evening.
How
It's,
do?
it's Saturday night and I ain't got no body. I got some money because I just got paid though. All right. Don't worry, it'll be gone soon. So, good evening, everyone. And
Doubt it, it's Lent.
it is Lent. Actually, I'll let you know that today is day 30 sober. I have been sober for exactly 1 month. All right. So,
How you
good
feeling?
for me. I mean, I honestly, I don't feel any better. I I can give up alcohol if I have to, but I just really enjoy alcohol. I think there's not really an improvement in mental function. Okay, there's not an improvement in physical function other than that I've lost like 15 pounds. But yeah, I think I'm one of those rare people who actually has a symbiotic relationship with alcohol, or at least that's what the addict in the back of my mind tells me. Okay, we'll just go with that for now. We'll just.
Don't let it lie to you, Mario. Don't let it lie. So, yeah, you guys that are watching over there on YouTube. Well, I say you guys over there on YouTube. I saw that there were a couple, but they just dropped off and apparently moved over to Rumble. If you are watching on anything but Rumble, on YouTube, on Locals, on Twitch, on X, we are going to be switching over to Rumble Premium only in just a few minutes here, and we'll be covering the French Revolution tonight. So let's give them just a little preview, a little taste of kind of the theme, the the idea. Why are we talking about the French Revolution tonight?
Right. So normally on Saturday night, it's kind of where we usually drop red pills. Okay. Talk about basically what really happened behind significant recent events in recent history. But sometimes the biggest red pills of all are just taking a sober look at history. All right. And what we're getting at tonight is, you know how they say there's nothing new under the sun. Okay. Everything that can be done has been done before. Well, it's very much like that when it comes to historical upheavals, particularly in the political realm. All right. Basically, you remember back to the summer of 2020 when it was total upheaval, where you had mass formation psychosis affecting the public. Okay. NPCs getting firmware updates. Okay. And people losing their minds and acting on pure hysterical emotion in the streets. Okay. Over grievances that were either minor or just perceived, but basically losing our minds over, say, a career criminal who happened to die in police custody, right? That type of public hysteria, all right, and the damage that it can cause is nothing new, all right. We saw it in the classic example would be 1917 in Russia, the October Revolution, when Bolshevik communism, all right, swept basically the largest empire on earth and turned it into a communist nightmare for nearly 100 years, right? That is, people think that that's the birth of communism, okay? But it's not. It actually happened before. It happened in 18th century France. And I think that by the time we're done with this presentation, you're going to find that there's some disturbing parallels between what the French citizenry of the 18th century were experiencing and what we experience today. All right. But you know what the difference is?
People tend to think that communism began with Karl Marx, but Karl Marx wasn't born until 1818, right?
Yep.
So you're talking, almost 100 years before the inciting or after the inciting incidents of the French Revolution.
Thank you, Sergeant Major. Yep. Yes. Well, I mean, I guess he was born about 30 years, 20, 25 or so years after the French Revolution. So it really wasn't that. I mean,
yeah, after the end of it.
The French, yeah, the French Revolution really is what broke the seal, okay, on us, on Western civilization, abandoning like a logos-based worldview, okay, where it was basically God, King, God, king, the nobility, okay, and the
Right.
nation itself, okay, where the people are a nation is a family, and the king is the father of the people, and the people are his children. Okay, like that. That's the classical view of society in Western Europe. Okay, going back, dating back to the cultural reformations that occurred after the fall of Rome. All right. There was a bit there.
Angry Conservative joins us, and he says he uses gentlemen very loosely. AC, if you're using gentlemen very loosely, you should invest in higher quality prostitutes.
Yeah, and I, sometimes you gotta bite the bullet and go online and order the condoms that fit. Okay, I understand. Angry, it's just lost one subscriber. No.
Doom.
We only have 9. We can't afford to lose any. Anyway, so silliness aside.
So right, yeah, you guys have about 5 more minutes. If you're still watching on YouTube, you've got about 5 more minutes to hop over to Rumble, drop your $9.99, get access to the subscriber premium side that we're about to do, and that comes with all your Louder with Crowder, Timcast, everything that Bongino built and left behind before he went to start kicking ass and taking names for Donnie Two Scoops. Russell Brand, Russell Brand is another one on the list of psycho lefties whose slow red pilling has just been a pleasure to watch.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They took care of him. He's done. Did Aaron Olson? Congrats. Yes, Aaron Olson. Thank you for thank you for congratulating me. It's
yes.
It's my leg.
No. He's talking about something else, Mario. He sent an email. And there was a message in it for you, and I was supposed to relay that to you, but we hadn't talked. You and I hadn't spoken until just about an hour or two ago.
Oh man. I hope he said something scathing. I don't know how to take a compliment.
Give me just a second, and I'll pull that email up. But yeah, so like we said, guys, you got about 5, maybe 10 more minutes.
Well, let me say this. So it's not too late. Okay, you do have time if you want to go to Rumble Premium. Okay, $9.99. It's the start of the month. Okay, so $9.99. Give it a shot for the month of April. Okay, like I said, don't do it just to watch our show. Okay, I mean that's a tough sell, but you get. I mean, look, you get all kinds of other shows. You get the exclusives. Okay, you get the other side of Rumble, or the uncensored side of Rumble. I really think if you check it out, you might see it as an alternative to YouTube in pretty much every regard, except for how do I fix this on my car, and I need something mindless to stare at for 15 minutes. Okay,
Mario, don't sell yourself short. You just said it's kind of a tough sell to say do this just for us.
I'm just being humble.
Doing this just for us, not so much. There's a whole lot of other content that comes with that. But let's be reasonable. Mario's deep dives, like the French Revolution that we're about to do, the one we did on Oklahoma City, Mario's work on these is excellent. And you're getting 2 to 3 hours of really intense and powerful analytics and historical lecture that is relevant to you now for about $2.50 an episode.
Yep,
that's a bargain.
I'll take that. The deep dives, I do actually put some effort in those. And half the time the morning shows, it's good. Half the time in the morning shows, I'm basically just giving you a booty scratch and a smell check. Okay, but you gotta bear with me. I'm not a everyday performer.
No, you come for me in the morning. Mario is my chorus girl.
So yeah, sometimes I'm just a punching bag to just bounce ideas off of. Okay. But so right. if you're looking to get in on the exclusive, go ahead and make that purchase now. And I guess in say 4 minutes we're about to get into it, right? So
yeah, buddy.
Now
And so
For those of you,
there's one more here. I'm going to give you one more little teaser before we get into it, and we'll dig into this theme a little bit deeper as we have this conversation. Uh, you know, the kind of nomenclature of the fourth estate in reference to the press, the media, the propaganda machine, that also roots from
yes,
the declinations of the French house in the going into the French Revolution as part of it. You had the three estates. And I want you guys to understand, I don't care if you are living on food stamps or you make $1 million a year. You're still in the third estate, the proletariat, the peasantry, as far as the understanding of it goes through here. And the modern equivalent is, you have the nobility, the clergy, and the people. In America, the modern equivalent of that, the Democrat Party is the nobility. The Republican Party is the clergy. And the rest of the citizens are the proletariat, are the people.
yeah.
Right.
Another way I could put it would be the third estate being basically the common people, whether be they rich or be they poor. Okay, not noble and not clergy. All right. If you find yourself subject to the rule of law, okay, and there's not going to be any magical pardons, okay, or the FBI is not going to just drop their case against you, you might be in the third estate, okay.
Yeah. Basically, yeah.
If you are Hillary Clinton, okay, someone to that effect who is effectively above the law, yeah, that's definitely second estate. So I would say people for whom the law is enforced would be the American equivalent of third estate. All right. Also from the French Revolution, fourth estate is a reference to the press as basically a new estate. All right, based on the three from the Régime Ancien. And then also the idea of left and right of the aisle that also comes from the post-revolution France National Assembly. All right, and we're gonna get into that later on. So
yeah. So here's the last piece of housekeeping before we kick the rest of you bums off that aren't already paying the $9.99. AC reminds me, next Saturday I'll be going on with Angry Conservative, and that will also be a premium only show to do an interview with Angry Conservative. He's going to interview me. We're going to get him on and do an interview with him on our channel at another time. And AC, you and I are going to have to chit chat and coordinate the timing on that. So it is next Saturday, the 12th. I'm not 100% on what time that is yet because we're gonna have to schedule it around some media contracts I'm working that weekend. So
Aaron Olson,
Mario, you got anything else to say to the bums before we kick them out?
Real quick, Aaron Olson says, does the second estate still include the modern clergy, the prosperity gospel preachers? No, they would be actually third estate. Okay, within the United States, if there's a first estate, okay, it is what would be the clergy. That would be basically academia. Okay, academia and the billionaires. Okay, basically it would be academia, and basically the intelligentsia, liberal intelligentsia. All right, that would be your clergy. Basically, ask yourself this: first estate would be, who are the people in your society who make the rules of social etiquette and make the rules of what you can and cannot say. All right.
Right.
That would be
the question. That's a question where if you ask it hard, you start noticing the answers. And let me help you out a little bit with the scary declination here. Like Mario said, you may belong to the third estate if the FBI won't just magically drop charges against you. Yep. And we said, be they rich or poor, Donald Trump, despite being the president of the United States of America, does not belong to that first estate nobility class in the United States.
Correct.
It's very much, despite being a billionaire and the most famous man on the planet, as far as the Jacobin sociopath systems is concerned, he is very much a part of the third estate.
One could argue that Donald Trump is, in fact, one of the elite members of the third estate who was leading the charge against the Ancien regime. All right, like in the French Revolution. Not a one for one, not a one for one comparison.
No.
Okay, because the motives are
no
different.
Robespierre.
The motives are different, but a common person actually having the power to affect the first and second estate, yes, that Donald Trump would fit that category. Okay.
Yep. All right, guys, we're gonna kick
He's
y'all
not
out and go to the.
He's just not a syphilitic mass murderer like so many of our some of these wonderful characters that we're going to discuss tonight were in France.
Oh, I thought you were talking about our octogenocracy.
Oh, Biden, syphilitic mass murderer, quite possibly. Yeah.
Here we go.
Obama, undoubtedly.